Hi everyone, and I hope you all are doing well. My name is Karolina, and I typically post videos on luxury and contemporary handbags and SLGs. So if that is something you are interested in, I hope you consider subscribing. So as you guys could probably hear, today's special guest is Miss Coco. She is a very noisy little girl, but she decided she wanted to help me film today's video because it is a very special video, right? And she is a very special girl. So she is the guest for today's video. So you guys might hear her making noises and all of that, or see her in the background somewhere. So hopefully you do not mind. Okay, so in today's video I have a really exciting unboxing. Basically, I repurchased my first ever Coach handbag that I had. For the longest time, I could not find this bag, and it was because I had given this bag away years ago, like back when I was in my early 20s, to a relative. I couldn't recall who I gave it to, and I really wanted to repurchase that first ever Coach bag that I had. And then, long story short, I was looking through some old photos. I found a picture of me wearing the bag, and I was able to track it down on PopMart. I got it for a steal, and so I wanted to unbox it for you today and show you guys what my first ever Coach bag was. And I'll probably pop in the picture that I was able to use to Google search the photo. But before I get started, I do have yet another little PopMart unboxing, as well as an item for one of my Labubus. So if you're interested in that, I will probably do that first. But if you're only interested in the handbag portion, I will leave a timestamp for you guys somewhere on the screen. This way, if you're not interested in PopMart or Labubus or anything like that, you could just fast forward to the handbag. Also, a quick note, I am kind of reorganizing the background, so I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the background. I did get those plastic containers just so my handbags that I have in this room are protected from the dust and stuff like that. So if my background keeps changing, I do apologize. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to set this background up with these containers, so please bear with me in the next few videos if there is some changes. But with that being said, let's get started and let's get into this unboxing. So basically, back in I think June or July, I went a little crazy on the PopMart website between Labubus and Skull Pandas. And so now all of these back order items are trickling in. And sure enough, today we do have a Labubu. I still have 3 more Labubus coming in September at some point. One coming this week, and then another Skull Panda coming this week. So if I do any kind of video and those are here, I'll do an unboxing. I'm not going to look at the sticker because it does tell me which one it is. I forget which one shipped out, so we'll find out together. So let's get this little tab open. Okay. And let's see if we can get this open easily. Alright. So here is and I'm not going to look inside. This way you and I can both be surprised. Alright, so this is the Big Into Energy, and I think the face is facing you guys. So this let's see which one this is. Okay, so this one is Hope, and ironically, this was actually the first Labubu I was able to score on the PopMart website. So this is very much a special little Labubu, even though I did get Luck, Loyalty, and which one was it? Happiness from a reseller. I did get this one actually directly from PopMart, so I am excited and am thrilled to add this to the collection. I actually have three more coming? Yes, I totally just blanked out. I have Love, Serenity, and another Luck coming up. For a second I was confused as to why I have 3 coming, but I totally forgot I got Luck twice. So it does of course come with the card to match, so that is great. So that is the PopMart unboxing. Now let's get into what I bought for one of my Labubus. So in one of my recent videos, I think I did mention that I did score one of the Have a Seat collection, and this is, I believe, Hee, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, I will put the right name on the screen. But this is the one I was able to score, and I figured since I have the Big Input Energy, and those are all very colorful, this one seemed kind of bland. I did end up, yes, I am 33 years old, and I did buy my Labubu an outfit because why not? So the outfit that I ended up picking up, and I'll link it down below if it's still available, but I thought this little outfit was adorable. So you do have the little dress, you have a headpiece, you have glasses, as well as a little handbag. So let me get this little Labubu dressed up and I'll show you how it looks. Okay. So I just put on my Labubu's outfit, and you guys, I am absolutely obsessed. Look at how adorable she looks. So we do have the little handbag right here. We have the little dress, the headpiece, and the little glasses. And I think this is just absolutely adorable. I do plan on using this specific Labubu on either of the 2 Chanel Jumbos that I have, because obviously this could go either on the gray one or the navy. That is why I'm so thrilled to have this little Labubu and this little outfit, especially a matching bag. It is just too cute in my opinion. So that is what I picked up for my little Labubu. Now let's get into the most exciting part of today's video, and that is the handbag that I picked up. All right. So as I mentioned, it took me a while to find a picture of me wearing this bag. I kind of vaguely remembered how the bag looked in my head, but I didn't remember the name because this was back when I was like in high school, I believe. And my parents had purchased this bag, well, not this specific bag that I'm opening up today, but an identical bag to this. I had the brown one, my mom bought herself the black one, and I just remember that we gifted it to someone in our family. I wasn't sure if it was my cousin or her mom, And then recently I was able to find a photo as I was going through old family photos and such of me wearing this bag, and I was able to take that picture and take a picture of the actual handbag and do a Google search, and I was able to find the bag. So I'm hoping there's no smells. This is a very old bag. However, the listing did say that it was cleaned on the interior and exterior. So we will see. I was able to score this for $30. So fingers crossed, everything looks good. So let me open this up and reveal to you guys what bag I repurchased. Okay, so let me reveal to you guys the bag that I picked up. And I did get a cute little thank you card. So let me show you the bag. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, so this is bringing a lot of nostalgia for sure. Okay, so the bag that I picked up is this one right here. So like I mentioned, I will definitely leave a photo somewhere on the screen for you guys to show you. But this was basically the first ever Coach or any like expensive bag that I ever received from my parents. This does not have a smell, which is great. It does need some cleaning up, but honestly, I'll show you guys in a second something. But I am just, oh my goodness, I'm just so happy to have this in my collection. It looks great. So when I purchased this bag, it was from back when I was in high school, and I am not good with like date codes and stuff like that, so I'll show you guys, and if you guys maybe are aware of how to read these date codes, I will also put the code on the screen if you can't obviously see the, what am I trying to say? See the code correctly. But here is the bag, and like I said, it needs a little TLC, but it was only $30, so I'm not too upset. And again, I'll show you in a second why. But the interior is this beautiful purplish lilac interior. You have two pockets right here, as well as a pen pocket, so it's actually 3 pockets. And then on this side you do have a zip compartment, and the zipper you are able to completely zip off, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. But basically what I mean is to zip this up and it is closed, but then when you open it, you can basically detach the zipper and you have a wide opening. So I am definitely very, very excited to add this to my collection. And when I told my mom that I was adding this to my collection, she actually, which I am surprised we still had this, or she still had this, but when we each got this bag, like I said, she got the one in black. If I could find a picture, I will pop it up on the screen somewhere. But we each got a bag and a wristlet. Mine didn't match 100% because I don't think they had one at the time that matched perfectly. So this was mine. And again, you have that purple interior. And again, the reason why I'm not too upset about the staining, first of all, is the price I paid, and second of all, as you could see, I didn't take the greatest care of my items either. So this was my wristlet, and my parents also got me a cute little Coach charm at the time, and it is a little purple charm that says Coach. And then my mom actually told me that if I want, I could have her wristlet as well. And this is what her wristlet looked like. So basically her bag matched this more. My mom has just, and I'm sorry if you hear Coco, my mom just has some random little Polish charm on here that she had. But yeah, so I am so thrilled. She actually, surprisingly, my mom, of all people, if you knew my mom, she does not take care of her bags well. Sorry, Mom. But she actually has even the cards for this little wristlet. So I thought that was very interesting and fun. So here are the wristlets. So this was my first ever wristlet from Coach, and this is the style of bag that was my first ever style of Coach. I know it came from the outlet. I do not know the name, so if you are someone who has this bag or you know what the actual name of this bag was, definitely leave it down in the comments below. I would be curious because, like I said, this is just bringing back so many memories of when I was in high school, going to college, and this was a bag that made me feel like $1,000,000. I know we had gotten it on like a super sale because at the time it was the kind of thing where you would go to Coach Outlet, they would have a sale, and as you would walk in the door they would also give you a coupon that was like 20 or 30% off. So when we got the bag, it was basically probably like 50 to 75 bucks. So I'm definitely happy to add this to my collection. Definitely let me know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts of this bag? As well as, I would be curious, what was your ever first Coach bag? I do have my first ever Marc Jacobs bag. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. I don't have any other Marc Jacobs bags because I have since given them away to my cousin and my aunt, and I just don't have any others at the moment, but I do still have my first ever one. So if you wanted to see what that one was, I could definitely do a video on that. But I would be definitely curious to see what your first ever Coach bag was. Do you still have it? And all of that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one.